Hi, I'm Kesten Rono, and today is day 157 of the Course in Miracles. Thank you for being here. Yesterday we said, I walk with God in perfect holiness. I light the world. I light my mind and all the minds which God created, one with me. Reviewing Principle 17. Miracles transcend the body. They are sudden shifts into invisibility, away from the bodily level. That is why they heal. Miracles transcend the body. They are sudden shifts away from the bodily level. That is why they heal. So, miracles heal by shifting away from the bodily level, by transcending the body. That is, they are non-material, they are non-physical, they are in the invisible realm. This is where your consciousness lies, where your mind lies, where it rests. And where things rest, they are peaceful, they are at rest. May you allow yourself to see that you are more than identification with your body, that your mind trapped inside of a body is limiting to the finite and causes dis-ease. And a body in consciousness frees the infinite and encompasses the body in your light and your holiness. Miracles transcend the body. They are sudden shifts into invisibility, away from the bodily level. That is why they heal. Lesson 157. Into his presence would I enter now. Presence, capital P. Into his presence would I enter now. Please repeat after me. Into his presence would I enter now. This is a day of silence and of trust. It is a special time of promise in your calendar of days. It is a time heaven has set apart to shine upon and cast a timeless light upon this day, when echoes of eternity are heard. This day is holy, for it ushers in a new experience, a different kind of feeling and awareness. You have spent long days and nights in celebrating death. Today you learn to feel the joy of life. This is another crucial turning point in the curriculum. So let's repeat the lesson for today. Into his presence would I enter now. This is another crucial turning point in the curriculum. We add a new dimension now, a fresh experience that sheds a light on all that we have learned already and prepares us for what we have yet to learn. That is, it is settling us into the unknown. May we feel settled. It brings us to the door where learning ceases. We know when that is. That is when time ends. That time is a teaching device. The mind is learning, and time ceases when whatever time is meant to be understood or used constructively, whatever this learning lesson is done. Time ends. It brings us to the door where learning ceases, and we catch a glimpse of what lies past the highest reaches it can possibly attain. It leaves us here an instant, and we go beyond it, sure of our direction and our only goal. Today, it will be given you to feel a touch of heaven though your return to paths of learning. Let me repeat that, please. Today, it will be given you to feel a touch of heaven, though you will return to paths of learning. A sudden transcendence of the body into the invisible. This is how miracles heal. And today, it will be given you to feel a touch of heaven. That is, flowing from someone who temporarily has more to temporarily has less. An undoing of lack, a giving of fullness. a large bunny. Today it will be given you to feel a touch of heaven, though you will return to paths of learning. Yet you have come far enough along the way to alter time sufficiently to rise above its laws and walk into eternity a while. So this really is a glimpse beyond the requirement of time, that we have been an instant's space away from timelessness, and now we are comfortable allowing ourselves to simply be where timelessness is, whatever that is. Into his presence would I enter now. Yet you have come far enough along the way to alter time sufficiently to rise above its laws and walk into eternity a while. This you will learn to do increasingly, as every lesson, faithfully rehearsed, brings you more swiftly to this holy place and leaves you for a moment to yourself. This you will learn to do increasingly, as every lesson, faithfully rehearsed, brings you more swiftly to this holy place and leaves you for a moment to yourself. So no definition of what a moment is, but an underscoring of our faithful application, faithfully rehearsed. Into his presence would I enter now. This is a day of silence and trust. He will direct you. You're practicing today. For what you ask for now is what he wills. And having joined your will with his this day, what you are asking must be given you. Nothing is needed but today's idea to light your mind and let it rest in still anticipation and in quiet joy, wherein you quickly leave the world behind. Yes, God's messengers are joyous, and you are among these ministers. Nothing is needed but today's idea to light your mind, that into his presence you would enter now, where you may say, I walk with God in perfect holiness. You light the world. You light your mind, and all the minds which God created one with you. From this day forth, your ministry takes on a genuine devotion and a glow that travels from your fingertips to those you touch and blesses those you look upon. A vision reaches everyone you meet and everyone you think of or who thinks of you. So be it. So be it. May I be true. And may you notice your light when you hear my name. For your experience today will so transform your mind that it becomes the touchstone for the holy thoughts of God, capital T. Your body will be sanctified today, its only purpose being now to bring the vision of what you experience this day to light the world. We cannot give experience like this directly, yet it leaves a vision in our eyes which we can offer everyone, that he may come the sooner to the same experience in which the world is quietly forgot and heaven is remembered for a while. As this experience increases and all goals but this become of little worth, the world to which you will return becomes a little closer to the end of time, a little more like heaven in its ways, a little nearer its deliverance. And you who bring it light will come to see the light more sure, the vision more distinct. The time will come when you will not return in the same form in which you now appear, for you will have no need of it. Yet now it has a purpose and will serve it well. Okay, so be it. If this is challenging to accept, perhaps let it be. If it is true that you are noticing something and that you came here to see life differently, beyond your upsets, beyond a cycle of attacks, curious about what perfect peace and freedom from worry is, curious what abundance, truth, and love feels like, aware, or choosing to be aware, that you are worthy, powerful, abundant, and complete innately. If this is why we are here, to be curious about this idea which may only bless and requires no sacrifice, then there's no idea that we need to add worry or worry of time, especially when what we have wished for, most likely, is more time that it has felt scarce, and that we feel in lack relative to the amount of time we don't know we will have. Let's just set it aside. Would whatever form it is in which you feel more love and connection and less worry for time, abandoning your upsets because they simply feel meaningless, falling into love with the present, whatever this form is, would you truly want some other form? Can you really believe that your fullness is lacking in any way whatsoever? Or does the simplicity of that idea feel insane? May we accept our fullness in whatever form it is that allows us to reflect this light that we are discovering for ourselves, the imagery that we are seeing, however it is that we are seeing, and realizing that once before we imagined that we didn't see this way, yet we stumbled upon a tool within ourselves that must have always been present. And if we can do it, then someone else can do it in their own way. And may we feel comfortable that as we see each other in this light at any point in time along this spectrum, we realize that we are walking into the same light. And in this light, we are one. And here we can imagine our minds and our connections are one. Are you feeling anything along this way? Have you noticed anyone else healing with your healing? Have you noticed anyone else aware of what it is that you are thinking in the present truth, even when you haven't communicated it? I have, and it's wonderful, and I'm grateful. I enjoy seeing these reflections in my life that I imagined were not there before. The truth is, I'm setting more of whatever I thought I was or needed to be aside, and at the same time feeling my fullness and my gratitude and my understanding that I don't need to know. And in this lack of knowingness of what I imagined I must know for some future, I find myself wide open in the present, more and more ready to create and embrace exactly what is, that there is peace in what I was calling the unknown before. Today, we will embark upon a course you have not dreamt of, but the Holy One, the giver of the happy dreams of life, translator of perception into truth, the holy guide to heaven given you, has dreamed for you this journey, which you make and start today, with the experience this day holds out to you to be your own. Let's repeat this. My emphasis is on proper nouns and adjectives. Today, we will embark upon your course you have not dreamed of, but the Holy One, the giver of the happy dreams of life, translator of perception into truth, the holy guide to heaven given you, has dreamed for you this journey, which you make and start today, with the experience this day holds out to you to be your own. And today's statement again is, into his presence would I enter now. I walk with God in perfect holiness. And we'll step back and let him lead the way. Into Christ's presence we will enter now, serenely unaware of everything except his shining face and perfect love. The vision of his face will stay with you, but there will be an instant which transcends all vision, even this, the holiest. Okay, the vision of his face will stay with you. That is, his shining face and perfect love, capital L. The vision of his face will stay with you, but there will be an instant which transcends all vision, even this, the holiest. This you will never teach, for you attained it not through learning. Yet the vision speaks of your remembrance of what you knew that instant, and will surely know again. Why? What could you remember if the past is not here? And how will you know it again if the future is not here? May it be as simple as realizing that in all instances you have always been here now, And this idea alone is that you are constantly in this library of knowledge. There is no such thing as knowing it once and hoping you remember it again, if you are able to see that in your timeless state of infinite presence, you are simply always in the halls of eternal knowledge. Nothing is lost. Everything is right on time. It's all in perfect timing. Into Christ's presence we will enter now, serenely unaware of everything except His shining face and perfect love. The vision of His face will stay with you, but there will be an instant which transcends all vision, even this, the holiest. This you will never teach, for you attained it not through learning. Yet the vision speaks of your remembrance of what you knew that instant and will surely know again. If time is a teaching device to tell us how to constructively use time, to understand it, and if time ends when the learning is done, this you will never teach, for you attained it not through learning. This would suggest that we, in this instant, are beyond time, in timelessness, within ourselves. Into His presence would I enter now. That this is a state of knowing, of being in knowingness, not of relearning something in time, over space. This is the simplicity and truth of what it feels like to be in the deepest unconditional love. This is an idea that we can allow ourselves to embrace without trying to define or think our way through. May you simply enjoy noticing that you are noticing, and what it is that you are noticing is beyond a way that you ever imagined you could notice before. Into His presence would I enter now. This is your silence and trustful declaration. May you sit with this idea, morning and night, each hour if you can remember. From this day forth, your ministry takes on a genuine devotion and a glow that travels from your fingertips to those you touch and blesses those you look upon. A vision reaches everyone you meet and everyone you think of, or who thinks of you. For your experience today will so transform your mind that it becomes the touchstone for the holy thoughts of God. I am Kesten Rono, and I will step back and let Him lead the way. Thank you for truth and love and the abundance that comes with this simple peace of mind. See you tomorrow.